What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Bonnie Tyler, and we're going to begin going through a new Greatest Hits compilation. Indeed, shout out to Adam, who has provided the From the Heart Greatest Hits compilation, as well as much more music beyond, and to Michaela, who gave me the very best of CD that we finished going through last time. So yes, the first track on this additional or alternate Greatest Hits compilation is More Than a Lover. So there's obviously a comparative or relational statement being made, and I suppose if you're saying someone is more than a lover, the fact that they are a lover is, I don't know if it's directly implied, because it could be that someone is not a lover, they are more than a lover, but I think a more straight away reading would be that they are a lover, but it's beyond that, and that suggests an emotional connection, an interpersonal relationship that exceeds the pure physical nature of being someone's lover. Though I think the way sometimes people use that word already indicates that it's not just about the sex per se, but also the feeling that goes into that type of relationship. Nevertheless, that would be my expectation, that she will be talking about someone who is a lover and more, and the relationship exceeds that basic physical association. So I'll see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is Bonnie Tyler. The track is More Than a Lover, and it's the first tune on her From the Heart Greatest Hits compilation. was gonna say, like, it felt like the perfect time to maybe fade unless there was another verse coming or, an instrumental outro. So, okay, I like that a lot. It feels like it's not quite a ballad, but it's not an it's on repeat is what it is. But yeah, not quite an energetic, rip-roaring tune like, one of the, what was the track I reacted to in video form, the Holding Out for a Hero. It's not a tune like that. But it's, again, not quite a ballad either. It had a almost like folk rock kind of feel to it. We definitely get both acoustic and electric guitar, which I enjoyed. Vocally, I mean, there's a couple moments where you can hear her rasp right on the edge of really breaking free, but it felt like a more restrained vocal performance and actually some more flourishes up in a high, sort of pristine type of range. And a lot of those melodic vocalizations where she's not singing actual words felt like they were put in the background. Like a lot of her vocal flourishes weren't in the front of the track with the lead vocal, but were then, set as part of this larger tapestry. I enjoyed I don't even know what it was. It was part of the like rhythmic or melodic aspect of the chorus, and it almost sounded like, I don't know, something from like a 60s rock tune. So there was a bit of a folksy throwback vibe to the Sonics, is I guess what I'm saying. And her vocal performance is characteristically her. You would never think that was anyone else, but it's not one of those real, belting, raspy, powerhouse type of vocal performances from her. Again, it's a bit more subtle and, let's say, more traditionally melodic. So I enjoyed that, if in part just because it's different from a lot of what I've heard. Now, people who know my reactions to Bonnie knows that because it was plural people, wasn't it? Nevertheless, people will know that when she goes really intense and forceful and gets that scratch and rasp going, that's some of my favorite stuff from her. But I enjoyed hearing this slightly different and more mellow vocal performance. Lyrically, it's interesting because I think it is sort of what I was thinking, but not quite from the angle I was looking at it. She is talking about a lover only being a certain level of involvement and without a fuller emotional and comprehensive relationship with the other person. But it's like hypothetical or perspective. She's saying she wants that. And at this point, at least as I'm reading the lyrics, it's like she's only at the stage of being a lover. She has a physical connection with this guy, but she wants more than that. And she's using some very expressive metaphors or analogies, saying like, you're my heart, my home, you're the land that I want to discover. And so she's making very clear that it's not enough yet. She wants the full package. She wants the full emotional involvement and commitment. And so she wants to be more than a lover. I was especially intrigued by that idea that lovers are like stars in the sky. They're bright, they shine, there's heat to them, but they're not actually touching. They're separated by, space and a coldness relative to the heat of the stars themselves. It's a really interesting analogy or simile, and one that, I wouldn't normally think of, but I sort of get intuitively the meaning, that it's not, two stars that have come together and they're this big, bright explosion, a supernova, if you will. But instead, they have heat, they have passion, but there's still a degree of separation between them. So, yeah, if I'm reading that simile right, I thought that was a really clever bit of phrasing and conceptualization. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the rest of the compilation. Thank you again to Adam, as well as to Michaela. Looking forward to more Bonnie. Let me know what you think of this, and I will see you next time. Peace.